everyone, and welcome back to another Sims 4 mod review. Today I have mod reviews for you, plural. I've got 4 mods in my game and they all have to do with your phone in The Sims, so I'm super excited to show these mods off to you guys because in The Sims, don't get me wrong, I love our new iPhone override thing that they redid for high school years, which is almost a year ago high school years came out, which is crazy to think about because it seems like yesterday that mod came out. Not mod, the expansion pack came out. And they gave us a new update to the phone, which was, I think, well beyond its time for a refresh, but we got one. But as I was starting to think about it, there were some mods that I've seen over the years that have tremendously helped our phones in The Sims. So the 4 of them that I have in game are, first is a new phone override by QMBB. I hope I'm saying their name correctly, but they gave a whole new phone override to make your phone look like a little bit more like an iPhone, which I'm an iPhone user, so already I fell in love with this. The next one is the Social Activities mod by Little Miss Sam's, which is just an amazing mod for your game. It allows your sim to have more social activities that are more like a rabbit hole than anything, but just makes your game a little bit more interesting, spice it up a little bit with some more social activities for your sims. The next one is a social media add-on by A Deep Indigo, where basically you can do all of your social media interactions from the computer on your phone, which is great if you have a sim that is sort of like a celebrity. They're able to do everything from their phone, so you're not having to worry about being home to post, photos and stuff, because that's a little stupid. I mean, it's 2023. Everyone has social media on their phone. And the next one is the Immersive Social Bunny that adds over 3,100 unique posts into your Sims 4 game for Social Bunny. It also adds in some new things to make it just a little bit more realistic for your game, but that is enough of me rambling. Let's hop into the game and see how all these mods look and work in The Sims 4. As always, we got our test subject. We are now in game. I did, however, mess around with the mods a little bit before, so she does know a couple people. We're not completely friendless. She did spark up a love interest with Judith. I don't even know how that happened, but of course, the first one I'm going to show y'all is obviously the iPhone override. So when you go to your phone, you'll now see that majority of the apps look like obviously iPhone apps. So we've got our trendy app, which is not an app on our iPhone, but basically it's the clothing app with all of your lovely interactions if you are doing that whole thrifty thing, which is quite amazing because you can make a lot of money from that. We might have to do a Can You Get Rich? We've got Twitter, RIP, because it's no longer Twitter. It's called X, I think now. But at least we can still have Twitter in The Sims. Elon Musk can't take that away from us. But this is where Social Bunny is. Basically, you have all your interactions from Twitter, or not Twitter, but Social Bunny on here. We've got the Beat Store, which I'm not really sure, or Entertainment, which is just you can browse the web, do a crossword puzzle, or play a game. We also have our shopping here. So if you have some shopping mods in your game, they should pop up right here, but we can browse Plopsy and purchase gifts. The next one I think is my favorite because it's the home app, but it looks like obviously the home app in your iPhone. If you're all into that techie stuff, you can literally control your entire house from this phone app. But this is basically what that is. You can call the fire department, have your science babies. I mean, none of this is like in the mod. This is all like base game stuff. So yeah, you can basically, do whatever you need in this home panel for your house. This is the social activities, but we won't be doing that just yet. This is iMaps, which is amazing because I love iMaps. I get lost pretty quick, so iMaps is like a lifesaver for me. But you can volunteer, you can move your household, take a vacation, or travel. You got our business section here, which is where all the jobs and stuff are located, which will be under this panel. Now we've got Instagram, which is where you'll be able to post all of your amazing stuff on your Instagram, through Instagram, although I'm not really sure why you would ask someone on a date through Instagram. Maybe it's like through a DM or something like that. Who knows? And then we've got our camera app, which is the last one where we can take a selfie, take all of that stuff, but it just adds in a little bit to the game to make it a little bit more realistic for you guys and just to make it a little bit nicer. I do like the new icons that they gave us, but I love this a little bit more. You can also change the colors of your phone. I just like the lavender one, and then they have the phone cases on here that you can change it to, but I'm pretty sure majority of this stuff came with high school. I know the phone cases, for a fact, came with high school years, but that is about it for that mod. It's small, but it's nice, and it makes it just a little bit nicer for your Sims. in game. Now the next mod, of course, I'm gonna go and do the social activities mod. Now for this, hence the name social activities, you will need friends or family members in The Sims for this mod. There are a couple things you can do on your own, but for the first one, we'll go into social activities. We can go on a date. If you have a lover in your life, you can go on a date with that. It'll just bring them into a rabbit hole. Visit family members. I can't do that one because we don't have any family members in game, but if you had a household that you were playing with that was like generations deep, you had a generation, you had a lot of generations in your Sims game, you could visit your family members without actually having to go over and deal with them. So you can also visit your friends if you have any, or visit acquaintances. I think we'll be able to visit friends. We've got a couple friends. No, they're all considered acquaintances. We can visit acquaintances, which, maybe we can just bring them all out there. We can visit all 6 of them, and she'll go out there for a little bit and go. And I kind of like this one. I will say I do like the active stuff within The Sims, but for this one, it is quite nice just to be able to send your Sims out for a little bit. I don't know why it's storming. Kind of just ruined my moment, but you can send them off, which is quite nice because sometimes in game I feel like Sims get a little too annoying. You need to send them off for a little bit, have a little bit of you time, until they come back. You can also have some fun activities with your family or friends by going to an art exhibition, circus. You can go to church through a rabbit hole. You can have a cooking competition, a read and meet book group. You can go to the Museum of Technology, go to a concert, or go on a hiking trip with your friends. You can also, if we go back into our panel, go to other activities. You can go to the laundromat for 10 simoleons, which is not too bad. So if you don't have a laundry in your household, you might not want to deal with the laundry day pack at all, because I understand it can be a lot. You can just send them to the laundromat and they'll come back with pristine clothes and stuff and be really happy. And then I think there's a couple more. We've got some holiday activities that we can do. We can go trick-or-treating, Halloween party, haunted house, and Harvest Fest. Now we are in spring, so I think these are all the holiday activities we get. I don't know if when there's an update, maybe she might add more, I'm not sure. But these is still enough for me because you can go trick-or-treating and they get buffs whenever they go out and to these activities. So it's super nice if you have kids in your Sims. You can just click on the trick-or-treating when it's Halloween and go out and trick-or-treat. I think that was a big part of all of our childhood, was probably going trick-or-treating. And then we have vacations where it will literally send your Sims off for 2 days. And don't worry, you can speed up the time, but they'll be gone for 2 days. They'll go to a rabbit hole for 2 days and then they'll come back and they'll have been on vacation. You won't have to deal with actually going on vacation if you don't want to. So now the next mod I bring you is the social media add-on to your phone by A Deep Indigo. This is a smaller mod, but again, it adds a lot. It makes your life 10 times easier. If you're dealing with the celebrity sim, or maybe your sim is just into that social media scene, this mod is perfect for you. When you go into the Instagram panel, if you download the override, it'll say for your socials, you're able to do everything that you can do on the computer for your social media. Now, do note that you do have to be a level 6, I think like a level 4 or 5 in charisma to have access to social media. It's just how the Sims work. I really don't know why they did it that way, but it is what it is. You can check your social media timeline, update your social media status, share an image. This is also plan to stay over, but that's not part of the mod. You can also delete your social media profile, check your total followers. You can add to Simstagram story, and yeah, you can do a lot. Basically, everything you can do on your computer with social media, besides I think like posting like the videos and stuff like that, you can do through your phone. So if I wanted to share an image, I can do that from my phone and it will post, and we have now 99 followers on our social media, which is quite nice. You can also come back in here. Maybe you want to add to your Simstagram story. This is also quite nice because I feel like it makes it a little realistic. Like maybe your Sims are on vacation or they're out and about and they want to share it on their story. It feels like they're sharing what they're doing on their story in my book. So it has a little bit of realism. So it's not like you have to go home, click on your story and then go back out. Like it's all through the touch of your phone, which I feel like everyone these days has social media on their phones. So it makes sense to, be able to have your social media, interactions on the phone. But that's pretty much it for that mod. Obviously the more you get with your followers and, the more famous you get, you might have a little bit more options on your phone. But yeah, I think it's one of my favorite mods because it's, it's a little mod, but it helps a lot, with those Sims who are maybe a little bit too addicted to social media. Brings me on into my next mod, which is easily my favorite out of all of these mods, which is the new and improved Social Bunny app. We can open this. I have started, my chat logs, so I've got, some friends on here. Also part of the reason I love Social Bunny is you're able to really connect with your friends. You don't have to see them all the time, but you can message them through this app. But this mod, again, adds in over 3,100 new posts to Social Bunny, and it can cover anywhere from like a teens to elders. So anyone who can use Social Bunny can use this. They have new things for occults. They've got new posts for, when you have a baby, if you're pregnant, if you are engaged, if you're married, if you, for instance, Esme has flirted with Judith Ward and now they seem to be a thing. So we can post about our first kiss and have a happy narrative. And it says first kisses are a magical experience and I just had mine. And then we can also post about falling in love. We can do a flirty message or a happy. I'm feeling a little bit flirty, so we'll click that button. And now love has turned me into a professional flirt. Warning, prepare to be swept off your feet by irresistible charm. I don't know about that, but we'll see. But I do want to go through some more of these posts. You can also make a bunch of random posts. So the one thing about Social Bunny that I will say that I'm not the biggest fan of is if you don't go through a recent event in the game when it's just the base game Sims, you can't post anything. But with this mod, you're able to post at any time, anywhere. And I feel like that's majority of how social media works is you just post what you want to. There's no specific time you have to post. So these random posts are easily kind of my favorite because maybe you're in like a happy narrative, you're happy, just make a random post and it says, anyone feel like going to the arcade? Again, there's over 3,100 different ones. So I'm sure it'll take you a minute to start seeing like ones that pop up that were, the same, if that makes sense. It'll take a little bit for it to kind of, go through. So I feel like you're always going to have some new narratives to these posts and stuff. But let's invite Judith over and maybe I can get her to let me move in with her. So, okay, well, I guess before I invite Judith over, it is TV season premiere, and I'm wondering the Real Housewives of Windenburg premiere. Oh, we are watching that. I'm going to have her watch this season premiere and see if we can get anything from posting about completing like a holiday or something like that. Like maybe spreading some, holiday, some tradition cheer of watching the Real Housewives of Windenburg. We've now completed that. And I'm going to go back to my phone and go back to Social Bunny and see if we can post about, yes, we can post a TV/movie review. We're going to do a happy narrative. Says, that's not what we watched, but go see to How to Lose a Llama in 10 Days. Was I just watching it? No, but it's highly underrated and people need to see it. Oh, that's kind of funny. I'll let her go to the bathroom, but they do get this little buff right here saying, well, that's from the season premiere, but digital happiness from a Social Bunny post, positive vibes from my SB followers. I think I'm going to go to Judith's house and see if I can get her to let me move in with her, and then maybe we can post about moving in. Here we are. We have arrived at the Ward Den. We're going to knock on her door and see if she'll let us move in with her. I mean, we only met like yesterday. We can ask her to be our girlfriend. I mean, Judith is like probably one of the most famous people in The Sims, so I was shocked they hit it off like at a meet and greet. I didn't think they were gonna, get together. Normally Judith is pretty rude to my Sims. This is like the first nice experience I had with her, but now that we asked her to be our girlfriend, she said yes. We should be able to post, we can post about falling in love again. We'll do a happy narrative. Being in love has opened my eyes to the beauty that surrounds us every day. Hashtag love perspective. I'm not sure about that hashtag, but I'm gonna have to, talk her up a little bit before she lets me move in with her, because we don't really know her that much, but we know. So after a while, I was able to get her to move into the household. So we now live in the Ward Den, and I'm wondering if we can post something about like moving in to the house. No, we cannot, but we can make a random post about it. Maybe we can do a stress narrative. Maybe we were stressed moving in here, trying to find a balance in my life, but that's easier said than done. So it is funny like reading these random ones, because if we make a random one, maybe we make like an embarrassing narrative. It'll say cringing about what happened earlier. Maybe that, goes with traveling to 3 different places to find where Judith was. That was a little embarrassing. But the other one I did want to point out was you can, with more of the family stuff, so if we were to make her pregnant, just give me 1 second. So I have made her pregnant. on The Sims. She's in her first trimester, but I wanted to show you guys this because we can make a new post about being pregnant, and we can maybe do like an uncomfortable narrative because she is in her first trimester, and post that, and it says the constant needs to pee is starting to drive me wild. Hashtag pregnancy problems. But I love this because, you know, it does give its, you know, gives your Sims more of a realistic kind of use of social media, Social Bunny, because before we couldn't do any of that. But if like she has the baby, so if I put her into her, you know, into labor and she has the baby, she'll be able to, or maybe I should just maybe put her in her second. I mean, I don't really think this matters. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna do one more, maybe show like a happy narrative. And about being pregnant, we'll do a happy one, and then it'll say we're happy to announce that we'll be welcoming a new addition to our family soon. I'll click on a couple more just to see a couple of the different ones. Absolutely craving a grilled cheese right now. Hashtag hungry baby. These are kind of funny though, because the hashtags are really getting me because I've never seen any of those hashtags. But anyways, we'll go ahead and make her have the baby because I know you can post stuff after having the baby. So we'll just do that really quickly. Pregnant in labor. This was a really quick labor, pregnancy, and delivery story within The Sims. So she had a baby, and now if we go back to our Social Bunny, we should be able to post about having a baby. So if we go to the new post about new baby, we could do energized, happy, confident, or stressed. I say we do one of each. So we'll do an energized one first. And this one, today starts the next big chapter of my life with my forever person. We also can post about, oh, we can only do it once? That kind of stinks. Be careful what you click because you won't be able to get it back. That's a bit depressing. How come I can still post about being in love when that's been like 2 days old in The Sims, but I can only post one thing about having a baby? Not sure I like that. Yeah, I checked again. We can't do it. So be careful what you click. I was kind of looking forward to see what all those narratives would be. But I'm sure like as different life events happen in your Sims game, you'll be able to post more. But that's kind of what I'll end off with just because this mod is more about, you know, obviously your life stories that you go through. But it adds in a lot more because with the original Social Bunny, there was a lot, but there wasn't at the same time. But I think The Sims did a really good job with how Social Bunny worked anyways. But this mod just adds in more realistic stuff to add into your game, more interactions, more events that are added into that mod to make it a lot more realistic for your Sims. So I highly recommend checking out the mod. She does update it a lot, so I'm sure there will be, you know, more life events and stuff to come. But they just got an update for the Horse Ranch pack, so it is compatible with everything. Like all these mods are compatible with the recent gameplay updates. But with that, I will end the video here. Thank you all so much for watching today's mod review. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and comment your favorite part about this mod review and if you would download any of these mods into your game. Also, if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all on Wednesday.